There is an unavoidable truth in life. We will always have to face the fluctuations, challenges, and emotions that life brings. However, Stoic philosophy has passed down to us 7 powerful principles to help us control. Rule number 1. Separate stimulus and response. The concept of Stoicism introduces a powerful idea about the potential for revolutionizing how we handle our emotional reactions. It emphasizes the significant distinction between the stimulus and our response to it. Rule number 1 emphasizes the existence of a mental gap between events and our emotions or reactions to those events. It is essential not to let our emotions automatically and unconditionally arise after an event, but to find a way to separate them. First, we need to recognize that every event occurs independently of our opinions. An event is not always good or bad. It's just an event. After recognizing the stimulus, we have a choice in how to react. Instead of automatically reacting with strong emotions like anger or anxiety, Stoicism advises us to control our response. This involves thinking and considering the situation more rationally. Imagine you're driving on the road, and suddenly another driver cuts in front of you without using their turn signal. In this situation, the stimulus is the action of the other driver cutting in without signaling. An automatic and emotional response might be anger. However, according to Stoic philosophy, you can separate the stimulus and the response. Instead of getting angry immediately, you can pause and consider why the person did that. Perhaps they have an urgent reason or didn't realize. Separating the stimulus and the response helps us avoid extreme and automatic emotional reactions. Instead, we can make smarter choices and control our emotions. This helps us lead a happier life and achieve inner peace in any situation. Applying rule number 1 to our daily lives can make us more patient, gain a better understanding of ourselves, and develop increasing emotional control. We can live a happier and more comfortable life by knowing how to separate the stimulus and response, following Stoic philosophy. Rule number 2. Engage your citadel. The concept of engage your citadel is a profound and powerful principle in Stoic philosophy. Inner mindfulness represents the mind of a human, where all thoughts, emotions, and life's shaping take place. According to Stoic philosophy, when we develop and protect our inner mindfulness, we can face any challenge calmly and without being defeated by strong emotions. This stems from the belief that our minds are the locus of control in our lives and the source of serenity and happiness. A strong mind is a key factor in controlling emotions. This does not mean that we do not feel emotions, but rather our ability to self-manage and not let emotions govern our decisions. This principle encourages us to cultivate patience and composure in all situations. Instead of reacting impulsively when faced with difficulties or conflicts, we should rely on our strong minds to confront them rationally. Engaging in your inner mindfulness also involves taking responsibility for managing your own mind and emotions. This includes recognizing when we are experiencing strong emotions and finding ways to handle them in a controlled manner. In a life filled with pressure and challenges, rule number 2 encourages us to use our strong minds, to face these difficulties rationally and not let them make us unstable. Engaging in your inner mindfulness is one of the crucial steps to building emotional control and happiness in daily life. It emphasizes the importance of developing a strong and rational inner fortress to face every situation. Imagine you are in a situation where you need to respond to an important email from a client. You have completed the email and are ready to send it, but suddenly you receive an email from the client with critical and angry content. Instead of reacting impulsively by responding to the email in anger, you pause for a moment, take a deep breath to calm your mind, and then focus on writing a professional and logical response. This way, you do not let emotions dictate your decisions and maintain patience and rationality in resolving the challenging situation with the client. Instead of responding impulsively by replying to the email in anger and frustration, you choose to pause for a moment to recognize your emotions and take deep breaths to calm your mind. When we practice rule number 2 in our daily lives, we can find ourselves becoming calmer in every situation. We are not swept away by immediate emotions and can face life with a strong and patient mindset. This helps us build emotional control and happiness in our lives. Rule number 3, identify the trigger. We often can clearly perceive negative emotions such as anger, anxiety, fear, or sadness. However, there is a more important step, which is to identify the actual cause of these emotions. This involves recognizing the specific situation or event that triggered these emotions. According to Stoic philosophy, to deal with our emotions, we need to understand the causes behind them. This sheds light on how our thoughts and understanding of the world around us can affect our mood. When we engage in identifying the causes, we open the door to awareness and understanding. We ask ourselves important questions like, why do I feel this way? Or, what is the real cause? These questions help us gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the situation. One of the significant benefits of identifying the causes is that we have better control over our emotions. Instead of letting emotions dictate our actions, we can choose to react more intelligently. We have time to think before acting and avoid impulsive reactions. This rule applies not only in negative situations, but also in everyday life. It helps us see more clearly how we interact with the world around us. By identifying the causes, we focus on what we can control, our reactions and behavior in every situation. Suppose you find yourself in a situation where a friend has caused annoyance with unfriendly words. Instead of getting angry right away, you identify the trigger as your friend's words and understand that you can't control others. You decide to stay calm to have a wiser response. By applying the identify the trigger rule, you have seen how you interact with daily situations, Instead of letting emotions dominate, you have focused on what you can control, your reactions and behavior in challenging traffic situations. This helps you maintain composure and a sense of control in your daily life. Rule number 4. Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. That is one of the most important rules in Stoic philosophy to help us control our emotions and build a happier life. In our daily lives, we often encounter stressful situations that trigger strong emotions. So how can we cope with such moments without letting them dictate our decisions? Rule number 4 is the answer. When you feel yourself caught up in strong emotions, take a simple but effective step. Pause and take a deep breath. This not only helps you create a moment to think, but also helps you control your emotions. Pausing is a way for you to stop for a moment, not act or say anything in that moment. It's a moment of self-restraint to avoid impulsive actions driven by immediate emotions, which you might regret later. Take a moment to think about the consequences of acting under the influence of emotions. Then, take a deep and slow breath. Focus on your breath and feel the air entering and leaving your body. This deep breath not only helps you relax physically, but also relaxes your mind. It's a way to bring yourself back to the present instead of letting your mind chase negative thoughts or emotions. Imagine you are in an important discussion and facing strong opposition from colleagues. Instead of responding immediately, pause and take a deep breath. Deep breathing helps you stay calm and listen to your colleagues. When you speak, you show patience and understanding. As a result, the discussion becomes more constructive and better solutions can be reached. In Stoic philosophy, integrating this practice into life helps us develop self-awareness and emotional intelligence. We become more attuned to our emotions and have the ability to respond with intention rather than immediate reaction. This practice helps us navigate difficult situations with greater composure, wisdom, and control. Rule number 4 helps you avoid impulsive decisions under the influence of emotions that you might regret later. It also helps you become a manager of emotions, rather than being controlled by them. Following this rule will help you build inner calm and clarity in your daily life, improve the quality of your life, and make you a more self-determined individual. Rule number 5. Live in accordance to joys and challenges of life. Stoic philosophy is not only about controlling emotions in daily life, but also about living a truly happy and meaningful life. Rule number 5 teaches us that when we accept the temporary nature of life, embrace its joys and challenges, we can achieve a state of emotional completeness. According to Stoic philosophy, happiness is an important part of life, but it should not make us dependent on it. Instead of letting happiness dominate our lives, Stoic philosophy encourages us to understand that happiness is temporary and uncontrollable. We should enjoy happiness when it comes, but be ready to accept when it fades. This helps us avoid disappointment when happiness disappears and maintains a calmer state of mind. Life is always filled with challenges and difficulties, and Stoic philosophy does not encourage us to avoid or fear these difficulties. Instead, we should face them courageously. Stoics believe that Difficulties are a natural part of life, and we can learn from them. By facing these challenges calmly and patiently, we can become stronger and develop a steadfast spirit. Imagine you are having a long and stressful day at work, and you have exciting plans for the upcoming weekend. However, at the end of the day, you receive a phone call informing you that the weekend plans have changed and cannot be carried out as originally planned. Initially, you may feel disappointed and stressed. But instead of getting angry or sad, you find a way to enjoy life in a new way. You can decide to try a different activity or spend time on self-care and relaxation. This way, you are not controlled by negative emotions and still have a happier and more meaningful life, despite unexpected challenges. Living and working according to Stoic philosophy not only helps us control our emotions, but also helps us create a balance between happiness and difficulties. This helps us maintain a calm and clear mind, leading to a happier and more meaningful life. Rule number 6. Practice negative visualization. In our daily lives, we often tend to avoid situations that could go wrong. We want to maintain a sense of safety and comfort, and therefore we try to eliminate or stay away from any potential risks. However, Stoic philosophy proposes a different perspective, facing adversity with confidence and mental preparation. The goal of this principle is not to create anxiety, but to foster gratitude, mental readiness, and patience in life. When we imagine negative situations, it is important to focus on the details and emotions associated with them. This helps us see the true value of what we are experiencing and never take those things for granted. Instead of living in the romanticism of a perfect life, visualizing negativity is not meant to make us anxious, but to prepare us mentally for any situation. When you have imagined the difficulties that may arise, you will not be shocked when they come, because you have prepared mentally. This helps you face life with more calmness and not let emotions control your life. Furthermore, this principle helps us focus on things we can control. Instead of wasting energy and time worrying about things beyond our control, we learn to concentrate on our capabilities and actions that can bring about change. This helps us maintain control and progress positively in life. For example, think about a situation where you lose your job and a good income, and you feel worried and uncertain. Then you ask yourself, what will I do if I lose my job? You start considering contingency plans and how to deal with difficult situations. As a result, you become more grateful for your current job and have the ability to face any challenges that life presents. Principle number 6 focuses us on what we can control, helping us maintain control and progress positively in life. Practicing negative visualization not only makes us stronger in facing adversity, but also helps create a more grateful and happier mindset in our daily lives. Rule number 7. Focus on what you can control. When we live, there are countless factors and events that we cannot control. This may include the weather, the opinions of others, the circumstances around us, and many other factors. The important thing is that we often spend too much time and energy worrying about these things that we have no ability to change. According to Stoic philosophy, we are encouraged to focus on what we can truly control: our actions, reactions, and how we face every situation. By focusing on these things, we have the ability to respond and cope with every situation. We can choose how we face challenges and difficulties. We can change our actions and reactions to manage and improve ourselves. This not only helps us maintain control, but also allows us to enjoy life more deeply. An important part of focusing on what we can control is recognizing the limits of our ability to control. We cannot change external circumstances, but we can change how we deal with them. This helps us avoid unnecessary worry about things that cannot be changed. Imagine you had planned a weekend picnic with your family and were very excited. However, when the picnic day arrives, the weather suddenly turns bad, with heavy rain that is unsuitable for an outdoor picnic. Instead of being disappointed and bored, you can create an enjoyable indoor picnic experience, such as organizing a picnic on the living room floor with delicious food and fun games. This way, you can still enjoy quality time with your family without letting the bad weather affect your mood. Life can become complex and full of challenges, but Stoic philosophy teaches us that focusing on what is controllable is the path to freedom and happiness. By applying this principle, we have the ability to truly enjoy life and make it worth living. Living in harmony with nature is not only a philosophy, but also a journey to self-acceptance and exploring the complexities of life. We are invited to embrace uncertainty and challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. These 7 Stoic principles have taught us how to control emotions, become wiser, and build a deeper connection with the natural world. We've had an interesting conversation about Stoic philosophy and how it can change your life. Now, I want to invite you to join us in spreading this philosophy and building a more positive community. If you found this video helpful, don't hesitate to click the like button and share it with your friends. This will help spread Stoic philosophy and bring positivity to more people. Don't forget to leave a comment below the video to let us know your thoughts. Or comment, "Encourage me," to let us know you're ready to apply these 7 principles to your life. Always support our channel by subscribing and turning on notifications to not miss out on new and valuable videos. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.